Good evening, folks. This is Smoking Joe with the Cracker Culture Podcast. I am Smoking Joe here with my co-host.
I'm Lizard Dick.
And we're bringing the year to an end. We're finally out of 2021, going into 2022. Can't say it was a great year, but hope that this one's going to be better coming up.
Well, Joe, I kind of got a tear. I got to get it out real quick. We got to discuss this right away. You know, this very important person in our lives passed away this year. You know, just recently, like today.
You talking about Harry Reid? May he burn in hell?
No, I was talking about our friend Betty White.
Betty White.
I know it's just raw. I know, is it too soon to talk about? But I'm just saying.
Yeah, Betty White. 3 weeks before her 100th birthday passed away. God rest her soul. She was a remarkable actress. I mean, all the way up to the end.
I think I seen her on Maude, even way back then, if anybody remembers Maude. That was a hell of a show there. Kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought Maude, she was always a pretty manly woman.
Well, that was the Golden Girls, maybe, is what I was thinking about. Betty White was in. Maybe.
Yeah, she was in the Golden Girls with Maude. That's that's for sure. Yep, she was there. But she was a remarkable actress.
Who else passed away this year? A lot of people passed away. I'm saying, you know.
Sean Connery.
Yes,
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery passed away.
And someone
Original 007.
I don't know.
Some of the people that I wouldn't even have thought was passed away did. So.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of great people that passed away that just weren't famous, I guess you'd say.
Right, Anyway, sorry about bringing up deaths here at the end of the year there, you know.
Well, like I said, it's been a year of havoc and tragedy all the way around, and it just ain't seeming to calm down with the prices going up everywhere, but we just thought we'd have a little bit of fun for the end of the year and talk about a little bit of everything. One thing I did want to talk about, I don't know if any of you have seen this, it goes back to our school system in Lee County. Alligator ran into an opening of a gated community the other night. When the lady, the security guard, come out to offer him some help, he proceeded to tell her demand for her to perform oral sex on him. After being arrested, the police asked him if he had anything to eat. He said, other than LSD. Now this is an 8th grade school teacher at Gulf Middle School who admitted that he bought LSD from his students and done LSD with middle school students. Now, the school board didn't have nothing to say. He said that he was no longer their employee. I looked at the termination date of his employment. It was 3 days after his arrest. So, I mean, it wasn't like they were on top of him being a drug addict before he was caught, you know. So.
Well, I kind of applaud him that he was able to purchase something there at the school instead of going out on the street where God knows it could be laced with fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing around.
That's middle school. In 8th grade, I can't imagine 8th grade.
Oh, but Joe, you don't maybe know what's going on in today's schools. I sure don't.
In 8th grade, could you imagine any of your teachers as much as selling you or giving you a cigarette, let alone LSD?
No, but I couldn't imagine people coming in and doing mass shootings in schools when I was in school either.
Yeah,
but that never happened. Not once, not twice, but never happened. Back then, you know.
Well, you know, as society evolves, people get stupider.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's just the truth. I mean,
you're talking about the evolution of the brain.
it's the deterioration of the brain. You know, you put so much imaginary shit in your head that realistic common sense shit don't make sense to you no more. Cause if it really did make sense to you, we wouldn't have seen it. Which for somehow, and to me, I find this just amazing. I don't remember requesting to be, but I am on a page that is Cindy Beignet for America. Now, whatever fool thought that was a good idea to put me on a page for Cindy Beignet, they must be on some LSD. I mean, look, Cindy
Evidently it's here in Lee County. You know, so beware.
Cindy Beignet is the biggest blow of hot air in the whole entire state of Florida. She ain't nothing but a mouthpiece. She ain't never been nothing but a mouthpiece. Failed boxer, failed politician, pro-abortion. I mean, you just don't get much worse. And the thing, she's one of them people that she jumps in on whatever she thinks is going to make her popular with the crowd. I just can't help but I don't understand. You know, she's running a lot of fundraisers, and she's really. This is what I call fake people. Cindy Beignet is like the great white hope for the black community. She jumps on everything that's Black Lives Matter, anything like that. And not saying that you should not be pro the black community. I'm pro the black community. I had a phone conversation with the black school board members just recently. Very calm, civil. We had a very nice conversation, and you know we it was pleasant to hear from to talk common sensically with someone. But Cindy Beignet. Somebody put me on anything to do with Cindy Beignet is just asking, because, like I said, I put up a picture of some cow shit out here in the field and a picture of Cindy Beignet side by side, and I ask you what's the difference, and I have yet anybody be able to tell me. So, that being said, we'll move on along. Alexander Latour, I guess they pulled his teaching license, state of Florida forever. He's gone, but I guarantee he's not a Floridian. Like I said, Florida's got a lot of crazy, but our crazy don't come from Florida. It comes from somewhere else, up north. Speaking on school boards, and I'm going to lay off that what's that one old horse face one that you don't like or what?
Patricia?
Yeah.
Chris Patricia.
We're going to lay off of her today. The reason being is I want to say that someone has come out and is going to be running for District 6 at large that I do support. And this is probably the most serious part of this podcast we'll have tonight. Denise Nystrom, who I've watched her, she's been at every school board meeting fighting for what's right for our children. She stood up. She has made an effort to be at every meeting, and every time you watch a Lee County School Board meeting, she's there to speak on behalf of what's right and the values that we need instilled in our children. Not the conditioning that's being allowed to go on in the Lee County school system currently. And Denise, I honestly say, Denise Nystrom has our support, and we'll continue to promote Denise on the Cracker Culture podcast throughout her campaign. I did have another friend I'm not at a liberty to say yet because they haven't announced that I hope is going to run. And then I'll endorse that person as well. Also, we just ended the Santa Sleigh, the Angel Tree project for this year. It was a great success. I had a lot of fun. I know Lizard was real busy because he's working the beach, so you pretty much people's holidays your work day.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
It's party time for them. It's work time for me.
yeah, so I know, but the Angel Tree was a success. We had a lot of great help from a lot of great people, especially the Henry County Sheriff's Office. There was a lot of great help from Lee County. The Henry County Sheriff's Office with the Swamp Santa delivering the presents on Christmas Eve, and the Swamp Santa delivered every present except for 2 on Christmas Eve. We made sure we got them out there, and it was very enjoyable. And hopefully next year we can make it bigger and better. Moving on to that, how was your Christmas?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, I had the day off and woke up early. You wouldn't believe. Some of the younger folk, even though they're not real young, they still wake up like they're 12 and 15 years old and want to dive underneath the tree and see what's going on. Not going to mention any names. But, so that was good. You know, that's sometimes, you know, good to warm the heart to see that. But, it was good. I got me a really nice toolbox there, baby. Right out in my garage. Put my tools in and everything. I get them all organized. So now, supposedly, I won't lose any of them. I'm not really thinking that's going to happen. But sure looks good out there.
Oh,
And,
man.
yeah, it was a good Christmas. You know, we live in Florida. It's great weather. I mean, it's not like it's going to be snowing outside and nobody's going to be able to make it to your house.
No better place to enjoy the holidays, Christmas, except for in paradise. That's for sure.
And if you get tired of that, there's a big swimming pool off to the left-hand side, depending on which way you're facing. Well, you can go left or right, a couple 100 miles one way, or about 20 miles the other, and take a bath if you want. You know. So I mean.
Well, you was too busy. You didn't make it down there. We did have Cousin Larry actually appear with the Swamp Santa at Seed to Table on a Tuesday night. He come out there, and that was a great time. I mean, I think Cousin Larry said that he didn't mind being out there, but he didn't like being out there with the Swamp Santa because nobody paid him no attention.
Well, see, I didn't get much. I don't see him very often myself, you know. And
he's very rare to see Cousin Larry.
Last time I thought, wasn't he on a jet plane or doing something? He was on vacation or something for several weeks or a month or two.
Well, that was when
3.
Dog the Bounty Hunter and them was out there.
Oh, well, but they wasn't after him, though, right?
No. But you know, like I said, he they have
fingerprints. Those type, you know.
Who, Cousin Larry?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a
it's
regular.
Like if they got paw, like hairy paws, do you even have fingerprints?
Yeah, he's got fingerprints.
All right.
Yeah. Hopefully, he ain't never been fingerprinted. I seen him last night. He was said he was going offshore fishing today. I don't know when it was awful foggy morning to go offshore fishing, but you know, Cousin Larry's going to be Cousin Larry. So,
right.
Cousin Larry said that it was awful foggy throughout the entire time. It was kind of eerie. It was kind of freaky, you know.
Yeah.
And they caught a whole bunch of lane snappers.
Okay. So at least he caught him some snappers. So he had him a good time. That was his Christmas Eve delight, or not Christmas, New Year's Eve delight. We're going into a new year. Have you made any New Year's resolutions, Lizard?
I really don't make them because I'm going to break them anyway, so I don't see the sense in doing it. It's really kind of, I don't know what that word for it is when you do something, you know the results anyway. I know I was walking around the corner at work the other day and seen a couple individuals, I'm not going to name any names, said they had $20 a piece. They was betting out that they would quit smoking. I said, I'm keeping my $20.
Right.
I ain't betting nobody I'm quitting smoking. I said, if I can't, there's a lot more than 20 bucks at stake with that. And I still wouldn't quit smoking. I'd love to say I would, but I don't really think I said, but y'all go ahead. So they're over there. I seen one of them today, just puffing out like a chimney. I mean, just like smoking a whole pack at one time. I said, what's up with that? I gotta quit on Monday. I said, what are you trying to do? Get them all in for next week?
That's the way everybody, it's like you go on a diet, you gotta eat as much as you gorge yourself the day before your diet so that.
I'm like, I ain't betting. Even for 20, but I ain't betting.
Look, I'm gonna tell you folks, after my last heart, that little deal, and I had to have a couple of stents, the doctor told me he'd done his part. It was my turn to do mine, and I have been trying to do much better. And I'm gonna say, Miss Jessie, she ordered me one of these bottles here, and this company, from what I can find out, is out of Sarasota, but it's hard to get a direct hold on them because I'd like to get a hold of this company because I don't like flavored water. I can't stand it. And I was so impressed with this company's, this water bottle. They give these sugar-free, calorie-free flavors that you can get caffeinated or decaffeinated. And it literally has changed my life. So I have for weeks I felt better. But it is realistically, if I wasn't drinking nothing but water, I'd feel better. But it's hard because I like water. Yeah. But I always liked it flavored with Mountain Dew or something.
Well, you probably don't normally, endorse products, on your podcast. But that's something that you purchased, and I know that you got myself and my wife one for Christmas, and I don't know if she's used hers yet, but I have, and I enjoy it. I think it's 6 or 8 of those tankfuls,
yeah, and
then you change the cartridges, so it's about, I don't know, $4, $3-4 per
about
thing.
$3.50
You're going to spend $1 or $3 if you buy I used to buy the bottled sodas.
Right.
And the Circle K. It used to be 2 of them for $3. Now it's like 2 of them for $4.50.
Right.
So what you paid for that, you could have paid for 6 jugs full. And you can regulate the strength that you want, and they're decaffeinated. Or caffeinated, and they have 0 sugar.
Yep, and calories. Yeah,
and no calories.
And so, like I said, I'm not endorsing them. I'm not endorsing them. I was impressed enough with the product that I would like to talk to the makers of this product about maybe putting it in some of the stores that I'm affiliated with, because it was. I just want to make sure there ain't nothing that's
proprietary.
Yeah, but it has changed, and I can tell a difference. I noticed I'm starting to gain more notches in my belt loop when I'm having to put my pants on. My pants aren't fitting quite the way they used to. They're a bit looser than normal, which is not a bad thing, being a big old man like me. So
I think maybe somebody possibly changed belts on you, brother.
I did get 2 new alligator skin belts.
Well, they're probably running a little bit large.
For Christmas, I got a brown alligator skin belt and a black alligator skin belt. Very, very, I needed them. I normally carry an old Western money belt, but I never could keep enough money to keep anything zipped up in it, so I wasn't used to carrying a money belt no more. So
thieves would walk up behind you, even though you ain't got no money. They say, "I'll just drive away from him. He ain't got shit."
That's right. Yeah. Look at that old broke dude there.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be participating in a few activities. See what's February. We are at the downtown Saturday market again here in LaBelle. Miss Jessie will be there selling shirts. I'll ride around the lake with Sheriff Whitten. Is that correct? The Hendry County Sheriff. I think on that run, and letting letting my old black brackish Betty ride with the sheriff and the boys around the lake, and letting Miss Jessie and and maybe even having Lizard help her out a little bit at that and doing the run. I don't know.
What are they doing? What are you doing? What, you riding around something or what's
They're
going on?
riding them. They'll do a motorcycle ride, just a group of guys.
Huh.
You know, if I ain't mistaken, I know there was a ride coming up, and Sheriff Whitten's going to ride that for Hendry County, and I support anything I can in Hendry and Collier County. Lee County, I have to support Lee County. I got too much going on there. I got kids in school.
Lizard lives in
family.
Lee County too. I support them.
Dick
My
in
gas
Lee
tax.
County.
I support the schools. I support it all, brother.
Yeah, you.
Yep. Governor DeSantis.
Number one governor in the United
There
States.
we go, brother.
Never ever couldn't. Paradise right now would not be paradise if we didn't have DeSantis as governor. I honestly believe that 100%.
Well, you know, they had the mandate for a lot of the places where they were going to have to, you know, the first of the year show vaccination, or they were going to get terminated. And you know, I don't care what you say, if you like him or you don't like him. I'm speaking of our governor. He did get that twisted around to where it doesn't apply to Florida, and many other states did the same thing. And so that they've reversed that in a lot of the places that I know of here locally and around. So that's a good thing.
Well, you
Yeah.
saying that, now, like I said, I was talking to a medical professional that works for Lee Health, and they did not want to get vaccinated, and they was telling me they'd had till, I think it was like, I'm not sure the date, like December 1st or whatever, to get vaccinated, or they were terminated. And however, the attorneys for the hospital decided that might not be the best option, so they put that on hold. So I'm glad of that, because people, whether they want to be vaccinated or they don't want to be vaccinated, they should have the right to choose. And most of these medical professionals, they worked through it when there was no vaccine. They risked their lives every day so that we could enjoy some type of healthy quality of living, even though I believe sometimes it's not the medical professional's fault, but when you deal with pharmaceutical companies, it's only about one thing: it's money. If
Right.
they produce something that fixes you, they're gonna go broke. They need you to.
Be sick.
They need you to keep getting sick. You gotta, you know, if I sold you a glass of water, and that was the last glass of water you ever had to drink the rest of your life to never be thirsty again, then I'd never sell another glass of water. Then
You'd be out of business.
I'm out of business. So, you know, I kind of feel that's
Yep.
a few other.
Well, don't that in a way. Now, this you may not agree with me on this, because we don't always agree. But in a way, sometimes that I think that when I was a child, when I was a younger person, I don't recall ADD, HDD, all these other disorders that now are commonplace in children today. Just as before me, I'm sure there was things that they didn't have that suddenly developed. So I don't know where I was going with that. It was
Well, I
correlating to
understand.
what you were talking about somehow. I just can't put
Well,
it
no, I
together.
understand what you're saying. Back when we were younger, I mean, you know, there was either a cat. Well, when I grew up, either somebody, that kid over there, he acted up because his parents didn't teach him how to act in public. And there's still people that, there's adults today that the words that come out of their mouth to people, I think they don't even realize they're insulting because they don't understand what they've said. And that's happened to me, I mean, over simple things that, you know, that I know the person wasn't meaning to insult me, but when they said it, I'm like, did that come out of their mouth the way they intended it to? Did they really think that sounded normal?
Right.
So you just never can tell. So no resolutions for the lizard.
Nope. How about you? You got any?
I've got a lot of them.
It's only a 30-minute show. You know what I'm saying? We might have to go into what was it, overtime? Was it in the extended version? You know what I'm saying?
No.
This being the New Year's show. This is 2022.
Joe, did you tell us what your resolution?
He said there was too many. He didn't have enough time.
Way too many to list.
Yeah, there's just.
I mean, look, I'm the perfect husband. I'm the perfect father.
Right. You're right, Joe. And Joe, as long as those things in your own mind, that's all that counts.
I'm everybody's best friend.
There's professionals out there that will help you along the way. Just say that you need a helping hand, Joe, and they'll be here for you. We understand you're perfect. We understand you are the perfect husband, like you said, the perfect father to your children, the perfect broadcaster for all that matter.
Oh, no, I'm by no means the perfect broadcaster. I'm surprised somebody ain't banned this shit from the beginning.
Shut up, man. They probably don't even know we're fucking on, and here we're gonna, sorry about that. I don't even know we're on, brah,
2022 is coming up.
So would that be our second year, even though we didn't have this whole year, but it would be the second year?
Well, this will be the last show of 2021.
This is it, folks.
This is the last show of the Cracker Culture Podcast.
This is the maiden year. It's the first year right here.
No, this is the last of it.
The last of the first, yeah.
So the show, 80 shows after today will be brand new year.
Brand spanking new, baby. Never seen before. Ever.
I hope we ain't like Longmire. We get real good for a few seasons and they figure we're just too old to get rid of us. No.
I'm looking forward to next year. We get a lot of viewers and stuff. Who knows? Maybe I can quit my day job and sleep during my night job.
I was shout out to my boy Arthur over in London. He had a big truther party. I mean, look, and you can, I think it's Arthur Shillman on Facebook. I think he goes by Arthur Truther, it just depends. But yeah, he has really been fighting the fight. He's a young man. He is Ukrainian who has been living years in London, and he has stood up against all the craziness from the mandates that they're trying to put on him over there, and he, like, I was on his show a few weeks ago, and he's like, he said, it's unbelievable to us how in America y'all got like produce stands, like we can go out to like little local farms and markets and stuff. We don't got that. They depend on a government-run supermarket system.
That's because that's part of the control of them. If you control their food and you control their,
and they're not, and kind of the way they live. It's not like you live in the flats. It's not like there's a place for you to have a nice big garden or no acreage or have your own cattle or nothing. It's not the lifestyle I'd want to live. I'm sorry, but like I said. But big shout out to Arthur, and I know you boys been partying for 2 days over there. I watched you, so and Happy New Year to all of y'all over there and hanging out in Arthur's Truther buddies, the pure bloods they call them. Yeah, they all the pure bloods. I guess I'm a pure blood. I can't say the same about Lizard Dick.
I'm not sure what he means. But.
Yeah, that's because he's not one. That means that we haven't had the jab.
Excuse me. It's that again. So now to be racist again.
We're not Fauciites.
Okay.
So,
no more compadre now. Now he's going to bring this up and come out. Now it's coming out now. Right here at the end of the podcast, then you turn on me like no, I'm just messing around. Happy New Year!
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, now...
It's going to be a good year. Get this, I got a 3% raise. Yoo-hoo.
Congratulations.
Yep, 3 cents. I just want to give a shout out to the girls at the beach. You know who you are. If you don't, I get you my phone number. We can get acquainted. Oh, I'm married anyway, but yeah, if you need some work done at your house, I'll take care of it for you, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Gary's maintenance man extraordinary.
That's right, I have tools and we'll travel. Yep.
Yeah, and bitch about it the whole time.
The whole time, it is well worth it, baby.
Yeah.
Great repair satisfaction, guaranteed.
Yes.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's call me the doctor.
Doctor of Destruction.
Dr. Kevorkian.
Yeah. Yeah. The Dr. Kevorkian for your home. Lizard Dick. So,
Yep.
we haven't spoken much. I know that you still haven't talked it over with your family, whether you're still wanting to run for District 3 against Chris Patrica. Is that something that you still having trouble convincing your family to allow you to do?
I don't even know if I can. I've got to check the regulations out. You know, I've had things in my past, that I don't know if I can get through with that. I'm trying to add a little expungement done on some documentation, and that didn't go through. So I don't know if I'm legally allowed to enter the race. But hey, I don't want to get in there and because how these people dig up shit on you. You know what I'm saying? When you start running. Dig up rocks and stuff like that.
Look, and I'm just gonna come clean. I'm gonna put Gary's dirt out here. This is a military veteran.
Military, yep. United States Navy.
United States Navy.
That's right.
When he was a young kid,
yep.
I guess a couple buddies stole a newspaper box.
No, we didn't. We did steal it. We did, in fact, steal it.
And they got, how much money did you get out of it?
We didn't get nothing out of it. We were
nothing.
driving it around in the back countries. Gonna go beat the hell out of it, to be honest with you. But en route, we were stopped for speeding in the middle of the country. It was an act of God because I don't even know how anybody would have known anybody else was out there. But anyway, lo and behold, what they call the Oklahoma Highway Patrol. Big shout out to them. They stopped by and brought their lights out and searched the pickup truck and decided we were all going to jail. So that because the newspaper vending machine was worth more than $50. Now this is in 1990-ish. And so $50 is anything more than $50 is a felony.
That's got to be in the 80s because I've known you since the 90s.
Yeah. Well, late 80s.
Yeah.
Anything more than $50, felony, automatic. So all four of us go down for a felony. So that's what's on my record is, and what is actually on my record is not stealing a newspaper box, it's concealing stolen property. So it's really I never stole anything, it's that I concealed it. Well, why they wouldn't get that off my record after having a lawyer and trying to go through the process for a number of years, I don't know. I'm not ashamed of it. It was a stupid thing that I did when I was a younger person. I was 19 years old. I should have known better, and yeah, I was an adult. I maybe have been 20. But I made an error.
It's coming into 2022. I think that's mild compared to what some candidates. Look at that. Who was that mayor in D.C. caught with the crack and the prostitutes?
Yeah, Marion Barry.
Yeah, and then he got reelected still after that. Look at our current sitting president. His son's got all kind of explicit tapes out with said to be underage children using drugs, admitted crackhead, and our current president says he's one of the smartest men he knows.
And see, well, it's just like I went to a job interview, and the lady says, well, I see in your record here that you had a felony. And I said, well, why are you looking at my record, And she said, well, it's part of the hiring process. And she said, it shows that you thefted something. And I said, well, so she turned the computer screen around and I said, what it says is concealing. It doesn't say theft. There's a difference between theft and concealing. And I said, anyway, I guess if you're looking at that, you're not looking to hire me, so I'll just leave now. But I really think that's quite discriminatory. It wasn't like I bodily injured somebody or something like that, or something else happened. It was between me and the newspaper vending machine. Okay, which was quite heavy, but I had on it. Just kids, don't try that at home, because they put concrete on the pads, probably about 200 pounds. Okay, and you can really hurt yourself. You don't want to strain your groin when you're picking them up, put them in the back of the truck. And besides that, you're going to need an air chisel and probably some pneumatic equipment to tear it open. So just don't even, what are they going to have, 50 bucks in them? You're better off just get your chain, go to the 7-Eleven, snatch an ATM. It's a lot easier.
I just imagine you little lizard dick sitting in the jail cell, and with a bunch of big dudes in there what are you in for? Concealing a paper box.
Oh, well, shit, yeah. Stay away from him, boys. Watch him. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was cocking the walk when I was in there, brother. Yep.
No, and on that point, I really think that there ought to be some type of law that goes into effect to where if somebody commits a felony, they made a mistake. It's something that happened, 30 years. They've never had another violation in their entire life. That's somebody that made a mistake. Right. They really should be. They used to say it falls on. They really ought to reinstate their rights for everything. If they have not violated any crimes, say, I don't give it 15, 20 years, I don't care. You don't hold that person back from being a valuable part of society the rest of their life. Now I'm not saying the habitual criminals who the system allows to they do a life sentence on the installment plan, but yet they help them with everything. We help them get them jobs. You go, oh yeah, but but the average person that made a mistake don't get that type of assistance.
Right.
He's just stuck. But what other remarkable things this year besides I was about to bring up that I figured there was a new variant coming out since I've seen the new season of Tiger King was out on Netflix. And I'm not trying to be funny. We just had a serious incident here in Collier County where
they shot that tiger. That tiger was. I was watching the news, man. I was saying shit.
Tiger's name was Eco.
And it was an endangered tiger. There was only so many left in the world, but the guy didn't have no choice. The tiger's not gonna let go. And if they would have shot him with a dart or something like that, it would have took 2 to 3 minutes for it to work in the first place. A paralyzation dart. So the guys would have sustained more injuries.
But
I'm saying, hey, he stuck his hand in the cage. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
It is a younger person. This person didn't even work. This was an outside contractor that did not work as a employee of the zoo. They were, I don't know whether it's some type of cleaning service or whatever. This is an outside contractor from what I heard. And who knows? I mean, if you're not trained to be around those type of animals, and he might have just had fish tacos down the street, and he walked by, and the whiff of him not washing his hands, Echo decided he needed to take a taste of it. But
I was just sitting here trying to think of how it could happen, but as you was talking about it, I thought about it. Say, like you said, he had some food on his hand, right? And he put his hand up to the fence, right? And that tiger come up there and was sniffing his fingers and grabbed his ends of the fingers and pulled his whole hand through the cage and then started eating him.
Yeah.
I mean, how else are you going to get your hand through there or whatever? I don't know what kind of a cage it was, but I feel sorry for the guy. But I mean, I really think that you would have enough knowledge to stay quite a ways away from any animal you don't know nothing about like that.
Yeah, I hate to see any animal harmed. If it's not something that you are using for the purpose of edibles. If you look, I'm not a vegetarian by no means. I love vegetables, but I like me a steak. I like me a little gator meat.
I am not a vegetarian either.
Yeah, I mean, I like a chicken here and there, and then I think some. Well, I ain't gonna bring that up. I don't get no trouble about that.
Probably would.
Kentucky Fried Chicken head thing. I seen that's a different country.
No. Bring that up, brother. That's another show right there.
Yeah.
That's a midnight show. That's a New Year's show.
Just be careful when you're eating chicken nuggets from the show. What I seen.
Now some people told me about chicken lips down there in another country, so that's all I can say.
Chicken lips.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's even still alive. Chicken lips, old fella made liquor up in Tennessee we knew, but it wasn't good liquor. It was liquor that made people go blind.
That's their lips rippled.
Yeah, that's up there where Lizard Dick got his nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mountain up in the mountains. Well, there's, we had I did do I didn't put it on nothing but on my Facebook posts and stuff. I was actually one of the few people that had any journalistic equipment inside Bonita Terra the other night. A man stabbed his wife, killed her, and then he tried to kill himself by cutting his throat, and it hurt too bad, and he just couldn't go through it, and it was a sad story. But I told the true story. If you check out my Facebook, I'll probably add it to my blog on smokingjoenation.com later. It was a sad story, but from everybody I spoke to, all the neighbors, he seemed like a decent guy. And of course, he had a mugshot for domestic violence put up that happened between him and her. And if I ain't mistaken, it was a shove that had happened. Somebody told me thought it was like over a year, at least a year or so old. Sometimes they make people look. What he done was wrong, and I don't understand what drives a person to feel like they need to act out in that manner to end whatever situation they got. But it's a very sad event, and I'm very sad for whatever family that I don't know what family they had. Like I said, I was limited on what just only thing I had was I was actually inside with the residents where they wouldn't let the fake media in. I was allowed in and got to have some one-on-one time with some of the neighbors and probably got a little more information than most. No, we're not going to do nothing special this year for New Year's. Like I said, we consider that amateur night. We figured we'd come on here and tell everybody Happy New Year's, and I do again want to tell you that Denise Nystrom, running for District 6 at large, look into this lady. She's a very intelligent lady. She has been resilient at showing up to these school board meetings and trying to fight for proper change in what some of these I can't even say the word of what I want to think about some of the people on that board, but it's Denise Nystrom, District 6, Lee County School Board. Check into her. Drew Clark, run for Congress. Him and his wife Kimmer was such a great help with the angel tree. I said he made a post how they didn't celebrate Christmas traditionally like they normally were. You open your Christmas present on a tree. Because like me and Jesse and their children, my children, we were out Christmas Eve passing out presents to other families, and man, it feels good.
Right.
You know what I mean? To me, that's what Christmas is all about. And that's the one time a year when, and I said this, I wish everybody could have that little spirit of Christmas time year round where, you know, everybody smiled, there's merriment in the air, nobody's looking to...
I think that's when the tax refund checks come back, Joe. That's when they smile.
Well, the worst part...
Well, they could frown.
Well, now you can tell, like, you go up north for the change in the weather and you see the change in the leaves. You know, and a lot of people here in Florida, I noticed up in Sevierville, Tennessee, and different places, Dollywood and stuff. But the Northerners, our change is the change of tags, and it showed up right after Christmas, baby, they're here. We have snowbirds from hell.
Yeah,
look,
traffic.
We have certain actual traffic laws in Florida. If it is raining, you do not drive with your hazard lights on.
It's against the law, actually.
It's illegal. If it's raining, you do drive with your headlights on.
Yep, that's a law.
All right. If you are on a 4-lane highway, the left lane of that highway is the passing lane.
Yep.
That means if somebody behind you is wanting to go faster than you, and you can
safely
ease over into the right-hand lane.
Get the hell out of the way.
If you don't do that, you're the asshole.
Yep.
I mean, that's just...
You're obstructing traffic.
Look, that's one of the things that aggravates me the most, and you'll see them get... I got so mad, and I tell you what, I got behind one that had all types of Biden stickers and stuff.
No.
And in a beat up old car, you know, just all kind of just crazy bumper stickers. And, you know, the speed limit's 70 miles an hour here on I-75. 6 lanes, right? And this Biden supporter in this beat up old whatever kind of car.
In the far left lane.
Hell, it might have been one of Yugos or whatever it is. I don't know. Total liberal.
In the far left lane.
In the far left lane.
Sitting there.
10 miles under the damn speed limit, holding it up, and then if somebody would get to where they could get around and speed up just enough so that the people couldn't cut in, that drives me absolutely out of my mind. I just, and then we got...
See, so that's a good New Year's resolution, that you'll be a little bit more tolerant of the idiot drivers out there, Joe.
No.
Because my father always said that you always had to drive for the other people. Not for yourself, because you know what you're doing. It's the other folks you have to worry about.
Well, I agree. You have to drive to watch out. I tell my wife all the time, I'm not worried about you wrecking. I'm worried about some idiot wrecking into you.
That's right, baby.
And there's another thing that really irritates me. And I don't know if this is a northern thing or what, but it seems to happen every time all the snowboarders get down here. People will be driving and for no reason tap their brakes. And like, you know, and when you're somebody that observed the road and you're going, you see a free-flowing road and a car ahead of you taps the brakes, you automatically work something's going wrong.
Right, some kind of emergency situation going on.
So here, this person every 30 seconds puts that brake. Keep your foot off the brake unless you gotta stop. Matter of fact, if you're in Florida, just gas it and go, baby. Just gas it and go. If you're going too fast, the FHP will let you know.
That's
right.
Here,
Slow
down a little bit. Oh, and don't be drinking and driving tonight. In case you watch this tonight, which you probably won't. You probably won't see this till tomorrow. But anyway, I hope you didn't drink and drive and you're not in jail. But when you get out, watch our podcast, okay?
Yeah, and buy a dang t-shirt.
Right.
No, I hope everyone does have a very joyful, prosperous new year. We are going to be also, Miss Jessie has the calendar. Are we at the Smoke?
Smoke Under the Oak.
Smoke Under the Oak, that's here in LaBelle.
The 8th.
The 8th, we are going to be at Smoke Under the Oaks. Unfortunately, I didn't sign up to cook none of the best brisket known to man in the world that I make. However, we are going to be there selling some t-shirts and stuff for Miss Jessie's company, which is the Cracker Culture Collections. And that you can reach her. She does custom printing. That's Cracker Culture Collections at gmail.com. And you can also reach us through Miss Jessie at that email, because she's probably the only one that's got enough sense to check it regularly.
That's right, baby, and we don't know the password, so password protected.
Password protected. On another note, my father just celebrated his 81st birthday.
Happy birthday, Big Joe.
That was U.S. Army. My dad was an Air Force veteran. My grandfather was a Navy veteran. I had an uncle that was an Army veteran. But yeah, my dad just celebrated his 81st birthday, and we enjoyed getting to go spend some time with him. To all the folks that the military out there, and the police, the first responders, we hope for y'all have a wonderful new year. The first responders that's out there tonight working, thank you for your service. I know this has got to be a hard night. That's why we stay in, so we ain't in your way. We're going to come out with a lot more shows that's going to be more in depth about certain things going on here in Florida. We're going to be talking to a gentleman who is donating a bunch of cracker cultural art to a museum that we recently come in contact with. A very nice guy. He's got a very unique collection, and we got a lot of good things coming up. So continue to listen, follow. We just want to come on tonight because the slowdown. December's our slowest month as far as the podcast, because we got so much going on with the Swamp Santa. But now January's here and the cracker culture is back full blast, baby. Full blast. Lizard, you got any upcoming events? Are you appearing anywhere?
I don't have any pit. Well, you know, I might be out there down there at the oak trees down there when you guys are out there. And I don't know. Sometimes my daughter's got engagements here and there, but none that I'm aware of other than the one you're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna be resting. It's high season down at the hotel, so we've been pretty busy. But so
I'm not 100% sure, but if we're not there, Hanson Alligator Fest is coming up.
January 29th.
January 29th. Look, folks, those are good people. And if you didn't go last year, you need to go this year. They're going to have a competition on who can cook the best alligator. We had planned on, I don't know if we missed the cutoff date for signing up, we had planned on being out there selling products. However, we will be out there to support the Hanson Alligator Fest here in LaBelle. I guess we're going to cut it short tonight because we know everybody's not really paying attention. They're getting ready to get their drink on, party on, whatever. And
we still got a little bit more than an hour left, so before the clock, I need to get home and
take his medication.
And get seated. I got medication before the bell rings. I'd rather be sitting on my couch than in the asylum tonight. So.
And as if some of you been following me, they convicted Ghislaine Maxwell on, what was it, 5 of the 6 counts, Jesse? Ghislaine Maxwell, was it 4 or 5 of the 6 counts they convicted her on?
5.
They convicted her on 5 of the 6 counts of luring young girls to be sexually abused by wealthy people. For Jeffrey Epstein, a lot of that happened right here in Florida. Florida is third in human trafficking, folks. It's all about our children. We need to stand up. You know, if you see something that you think ain't right, you contact me. I'll look into it if you don't want to. I mean, I know some people that'll go check it out. We cannot continue to allow people to abuse, neglect, and put our children in harm. And that being said, we love you, Florida. God bless the rest of the United States. For Smoking Joe and my co-host,
I'm Lizard Dick.
We love you. Miss Jessie back in the corner over there. We love you, Florida. Love, peace, and gator grease.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. See you next year.
That's a wrap.
All right.
Thank you for listening to the Cracker Culture Podcast. Have a Happy New Year from the Smoking Joe Nation and our family.